Let's see what we got. We'll take a look at her. Yeah, look at that bark. I know typically any meal prep videos you're looking at, they're going to have them all nice and neat in their little matching tubs laid out. Ooh, okay. Hello everybody and welcome back to Reforge with Fire. My name is Glen. Well, unless it's your first time here, then welcome to Reforge with Fire. Today you're actually tuning in to the first episode of which I hope is a real long-running series of one I like to call Smoke and Fire Fitness. I know it's a cool name. So as opposed to prepping my meals in a crock pot or in the oven or microwave or however anyone else likes to do it, I have for the past year or so, without fail as well, prepped all my meals on the smoker. If you want to, if it's something that might interest you, just stick around. And we'll see if it turns out any good. Just kidding. It's going to be good. It always is. But again, stick around. All right, we got a spark in the flame pot, so we're going to go ahead and just let that thing warm up while we go ahead and get our food prepped. Starting with the chuck roast, because it's the biggest piece and I want to go on first. I start with a pretty basic setup of salt, pepper, garlic powder, paprika. You're just going to go ahead and just dump that on pretty liberally, using your fingers to go ahead and rub it down, pat it in, get it in all the nooks and crannies. Bake into it. Put that on the wire rack. Next I want to go on is a turkey breast, and I'm going to use the same seasoning load out of salt, pepper, garlic powder, paprika, only I'm going to throw in a little bit of rosemary because, well, we like rosemary on poultry, don't we? Nothing fancy here. Just going to have them. When they're about this size. If you had full-size Idaho taters, I want to cut them up into something a little smaller, but this is going to work just fine for me. Now for taste, throw an onion. I mean, I don't always do. I had this one. I found it in the back of my cabinet. I guess it rolled out some time ago, and it looked like it was about to declare a hostile takeover. So, yeah. For this prep, I'm keeping everything predictable and repeatable, so the seasoning I'm using the exact same I used before. Salt, pepper, garlic powder, and paprika. Dumping it in there, make sure you throw a little olive oil in there first, or a little avocado oil, whichever floats your boat. Moving on to the vegetables, what I chose to do for this particular cook was to go with cubes. So the first thing you want to do is halve them, then quarter them, then cut them into little cubes, about an inch, inch and a half. And you can roll with slices or strips or whatever tickles your fancy. I mean, to each his own. This is what I just chose to do for this particular prep. After you're done prepping your vegetables, you're just going to throw them in your bowl with a little bit of olive oil or avocado oil, whichever one. Put your seasoning in there and then shake it up until they're all coated evenly. All right, so turn it down about 225, 230. And ThermoPro's about got it on par. All right, so she's a temp. Just want to throw the chuck on. All right. Now we wait a little bit, and then we'll then we'll throw the turkey on. All right, so the chuck roast has been on for about 2 hours. We're hitting about 120 internal temp with it. About to go ahead and give her a spritz, and we're going to throw the turkey on. Yeah, new spritzer. One thing I'm really starting to love about this Pit Boss Titan is the massive amount of cook space this thing offers. So that being said, I threw the turkey on the top shelf so the potatoes could sit over the direct heat later on. Spritzing time. Let's take a look at her. Oh boy. Nice. Just a light coat. Just a light coat. Just a light coat back in. All right, so it's showing that our chuck roast is at temp, so we're gonna pull her out and wrap it, throw her back on. One little bit of information I failed to mention. So I like to put a drip pan underneath the cut that I have on there, catch all those drippings, and then when I go to wrap it, you take that, just dump it right on there. So this is just the way I've been doing my wraps. It seems to work for me, at least I believe it does. If any experts ever see this sometime down the road, if you got any other methods that work better, I would happily take a pointer or two. All right, so we're a few hours out still yet, but we're gonna take these taters with the cast iron, throw them on the bottom shelf, let them absorb the brunt off that flame pot. All right, now we wait some more. All right, everything's looking good. Gonna give the chuck roast another 15 minutes. We'll check it again, but other than that, it's all about done. All right, so now we're at the fun part. Chuck roast. It's hitting temp, got 203, but you gotta conduct a probe test. What we're looking for it already feels tough going in. Just go to pull this thermometer in and out like butter. Yeah, so you got too much pull on it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave it in there for say another 15 minutes. I'll come check on it again. So here's the turkey. It came off first. We'll take a look at her. Yeah. It's the only way to do it. All right, chuck roast is out. It's been resting for about an hour. Let's see what we got. All right, usually I let them set a little longer, but so then you got your poor man's brisket. You can stick with your dry chicken breast and broccoli and rice. This is what I go to. Yeah, look at that bark. Yeah, got our smoke ring. That is what we're looking for right there. So here you see the fruits of your labors at the end of the day. And I won't even call it a labor because personally I have a great time doing it. It's just a whole lot of fun for me just to spend the time outside doing this. And I know typically any meal prep videos you're looking at, they're going to have them all nice and neat in their little matching tubs laid out. Now personally we're going through a little bit of a change where we're throwing some stuff out and I don't have that many Tupperwares on hand. So what I do is I pile it all into one large one and then I kind of take them out a day or two at a time as I go. No big deal. Maybe in the future I'll get me some nice matching glass Tupperware and I'll start throwing them out on the table so, to prove that I can get 10 or 12 meals out of. But for now, you'll just have to take my word for it. Well, the food turned out pretty solid, but it can always get better. I'm still learning as I go and still showing up. Maybe if this takes off one day, I'll start sharing recipes and whatnot. But hey, until next time, stay steady under the heat, stay strong under the weight, keep the forge hot, and get after it, good buddies.